Hello, this is Stef. Today we're going to see how to work with Visual Studio Code, Debugging FFmpeg on Ubuntu. So we set everything on Windows, and we see that the procedure is similar, even easier on Ubuntu. We already have a script that tells about this. So what we're going to do is to run the script, compile with the proper flags, and then we're going to install Visual Studio Code, and then run it, install the packages, the plugins, and then we're going on with the debugging. So thank you very much for your support so far, and I'm really glad of it. If you didn't do it, please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell if you didn't do it, so you get notified about the next video I'm going to release. For the moment, there's Xubuntu 22.04 already behind me, and now we can get started. Okay, here we are on Ubuntu, Xubuntu 22.04, and what we're going to run now is the script that we built in the first video that I released, so how to compile FFmpeg on Ubuntu 22.04. The script that is essentially this has so all the compilation. So what it does first of all is to align everything with all the tools. We have first of all a sudo update, apt update, and apt upgrade. That's going to update the operating system with the latest versions. Lesser version of all the packages that it already has, so to have the edge of our operating system. Then we're going to install all the tools that are essential for the compilation of FFmpeg later. So we have all the things like libstdl2 to compile ffprobe. We have all the tools necessary to compile. So you got automake, build essentials, cmake, git if you don't have it, and you also have tech info to compile the documentation. I think that we don't have in Windows. We didn't do it. So if you notice, there were some errors during the compilation. So during the generation of the documentation, here we can do it. We have wget, we have yasm, and we have a zlib to include the zlib library inside. You can also have, libunistring to compile the thing, but in this version there should be something dealing with the character maps and not working properly, so the libunistring should be in the job. So we install libx264, libx265, libvpx, libac, libopus through the packages. So it is done individually. We can put everything here, but just to have everything and also to follow. This is taken directly from the FFmpeg guide that is available in. I will put the link down in the description. And now what we're going to do, we're going to create 3 folders that are already available here. We've got FFmpeg, where we put the FFmpeg source and also the compiled applications. We have FFmpeg build, where we have all the compiled things necessary to work with FFmpeg later. So for example, libaom, libvmath, all the things we're going to compile later. And then we got the FFmpeg sources, which has the packages sources that have been already built, will be built in the FFmpeg build. But this is the meaning of the 3 folders. Now I already have them, already downloaded some source to spare some time. So if you run the script as it is, it will download everything, download all the sources from their git and the sources, the latest versions. The sources, then okay, this is the command to install libaom, libsvt av1, so we can use the av1 codec, libdev1d, vmath, and we also have the FFmpeg. So what are the flags that are necessary? Everything remains the same. The fundamental thing you're going to put in the configure package is the enable debug equals to 3, so the maximum level of verbosity of debugging that we can use in FFmpeg, and we disable the optimizations for the same reason we said before. I said in the previous video, the optimizations is something that renders the code, so the executable, faster. The only thing is that you don't have a one-to-one correspondence between the line of code and the line and executable. So the executable by itself is less efficient, but it will allow you to make this correspondence one-to-one. You can navigate through the code. So at the moment, everything is okay. We enable GPL because it is required, for example, by libx264 and libx265. But since we install also something else, we also enable the non-free. So we have the complete installation of everything. We have a make. In this case, I put j equals to 2 because this is the number of cores that I have. I'm in a virtual machine, but no problem for you. The same thing, so you know how many cores do you have, and put the number of cores that you are going to use. So I always see, especially in Windows, doesn't happen so much, but on Linux as soon as you compile, if you put too many threads for the compilation, it's going to jam. So you got to start over, and this thing is not going to run. So please put the number of cores as the number of threads. So the number of threads as the number of cores that you have. In this case, I have 2. Okay, so I can go on and run the script and wait until the completion. It will take some time, so more or less 20 minutes, half an hour, depends on how fast the system is. In this case, it will take more or less 20 minutes. So, guys, see you later after the compilation, after the complete process. So here you got to put the administration, since we're going to install packages. And here we go. And here the process finished. So now we are ready to get the applications. So we have, as you can see, FFmpeg, FFplay, and FFprobe, but also FFmpeg G, FFplay G, FFpro G. These are the debug versions. They're the ones that we're going to use later for the Visual Studio Code and the debugging. If we are going into the FFmpeg folder, let's see, we have, these are all the files that we have in, and as you can see, we have let's do something like this. Okay, so here you have all the applications on this folder, and that's it. So I guess that everything went fine. Good. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is to install Visual Studio Code. So the thing we're going to search is for Visual Studio Code, and we are going to install the deb from the official website. So we can, going directly into the download folder, but we can take it also from here. So this is the page. We are getting the .deb. The .deb is the one that is for Ubuntu system. Otherwise, if you have other operating systems, there is also the RPM version. So now it's going to download. You can see there is the code down there. So the installation is pretty easy. You can either use the window mode. In this case, as soon as it finishes, we're going to... Okay, now it finished. So we can close the browser, and I'm going to up on one level. I'm going to downloads, and here, as you can see, you have the code right here. So the command that we're going to do is sudo, because we need the privileges of administrators, dpkg -i, and then code. We got to put the password. Okay, then here it's going to unpack. If there are some dependencies to install, let's see later what can we do. Okay, and the installation went fine. So now we have both the under development we have Visual Studio Code, or otherwise we can simply put code and it will be open. So this is the first screen. Okay, we're going to choose the look. In this case, I prefer the light. Sorry guys, I'm a light screen, not a dark screen. Okay. Good. And then later, I don't want to sync with other devices. Okay, there's the shortcut, then reach support, and now it's time to open up the code. I'm going to get started. And now what we're going to open? We're going to open a folder. Let me put full screen. I'm going to open a folder. And the folder is FFmpeg. Open. In this case, I put yes, I trust the authors. Otherwise, there is the possibility to open restricted mode. Here you have some features that are disabled. In this case, we trust the authors. Okay, and here now we have all the columns. Let's see if we can make it bigger. We can't. Anyway, here got the list of all the folders and the files available. So the main code, as we saw in the Windows version, it is available under ffTools and then ffmpeg.c. If you would like, there's also ffplay, ffmpeg, ffprobe. In this case, we're going to take ffmpeg. Here, by default, Visual Studio Code suggests me to install the recommended extensions for C here at the bottom right. So let's click install, and this is the C++ extension spec. There are also other, like it's available here in the extensions. If you would like, there is prettier. And also the make tools, and the same that we installed on Windows at the moment. So here we've got prettier, then VS icons, VS icons, info. Okay, here we go. Then got the make and the CMake. make tools. Okay, it's already there. And got the make file. Make file tools. I think that for the moment, everything is okay. So these are the necessary extensions if you would like to go on. It might require reboot. At the moment, you didn't ask for anything, so everything could be okay. Now, the next step is to install, to get the configuration file for our FFmpeg version. So in this case, okay, let's select the VS Code icons right here. You'll see later that the aspect of the icons will change, especially after a reboot. Anyway, this is okay. Then, yes, another extension that is useful is code navigation. Go and we install also this. Now we said that we are going to get the configuration, and this can be reached by going to the bottom, so the top right here, run or debug. We take a debug C file. Here we got a plethora of options. Here can get the GDB launch directly. If you like, we can compile and launch, but since we already compiled outside, everything went fine. It says open launch.json, and we're going to configure, because what we need here is to get a configuration process. So here we go back and we go in again. Here it should add a configuration. Okay. So here we have add configuration, the button, and here we have GDB launch. And here there's a plethora of options. The program name here is on the workspace folder, and in this case we have FFmpeg. So the workspace folder is where we are, and okay, so everything should be fine at this moment. Yes, sorry, this is FFmpeg_G as our file to get working. We are saving by hitting Ctrl S, and now we're going back again, debugging the C file, and let's see what's inside. So here we have a GDB launch. It's running, and here we have the terminal running. So as you can see here, okay, the GNU GDB is on. Sorry, but I'm working on here. GDB is going and running. Okay, here it ran out with one program. Here in the terminal, we should have all the output. So everything should be as we have a terminal. Let me get it a bit bigger. Also increase the size. Let's see. Can no. Yes, I can. So here can see you have the output from FFmpeg. In this case, it ran with an error because we didn't put any options. Now let's try and get the thing running. Okay, some other important options that you can enable or disable are, first of all, the external console. So if you don't want the terminal as it is available right here in this way, you can get an external terminal if you would like to run it. So you put this to true. It's okay. For me, it's cool to have it inside. So okay, like this. And here we got the stop at entry. So this is like what we did the other time. If you put this to true, as soon as you run FFmpeg, as soon as you run and debug to launch, you will see that it's going to stop at the first line. It's like a breakpoint puts by default a breakpoint on the light, the first instruction we're going to run. Here we go. And then we can navigate using F10. You see that you're going to parse all the options. So let's have another test. Here we have again our buddy Big Bug Bunny, and so what we're going to do is to put here in the args, in the argument. Let me put it bigger. Let's see if I can. Okay, here we go. And as arguments, we're going to put the arguments you want. So here I remember you that every argument, so between one space and the other, must be put between quotes. So here it is -i. We put the copy of the path. In this case, it is under my home Stef videos, then Big Bug Bunny dot mkv, sorry, mkv, then minus let's say minus cv libx264 minus preset slow minus crf, let's say 24. Then I think it's fine. Here we got to put a comma. 24, and here the output file. So we have videos Big Bug Bunny, let's say output.mp4. Good. So we take something a bit up right here so you can see the terminal as soon as we execute the program, and we save. And now we're going to debug. Let's see if it runs. Now it is up to true, so it's going to stop at the first instruction of the program. Okay, so we can navigate using F10, going into all the steps. Here it's cool to have the terminal within the window, so it allows us to see everything without having a separate window. So if you have a multiple screen and you have a separate terminal, it's easy. You see the terminal on one side, you see the thing on the other, and you can run on. But here Maybe if you have a single screen, it's quite difficult. You have the window, and then you're going to switch from one and the other, put something, a small thing. But here, everything is working more than fine. So here we got the show banner. As soon as we put the show banner, we put the first thing of the program, and then we are going and so here maybe I put the preset slow as an invalid argument. So let me take the configuration and remove that part. Stop at entry, false. Yes, the mistake is here because I got to put this with the quotes. Here we go. Let's see, preset. Let's go back again with the preset slow. Let's see if this is working fine like this. It should, otherwise I'll get alarmed. Launch. Let's wait for the program to execute. And here it's working fine. So you see now that the encoding is working. So slowly. It's a video that is 10 seconds long. So everything working. And now we're going to try FFplay that we've just compiled. You can see it's going on. It's going on a bit slowly because okay, virtual machine, then debug mode. The thing is slowed down a lot, but now it's going to finish. So it's around 10 seconds. Okay. Here you see that the Big Buck Bunny output is being created. How many seconds of video did I take? I did a lossless stream, so I took 10 seconds, but maybe it's something more. Okay, now the process has finished. What we can do is to try FFplay as we have in our distribution. So I think that we can go directly from here. Okay, so we have .ffplay and then Big Buck Bunny output. Here we go. And here, maybe it's a bit slowed down, but the thing is working fine. Cool. And we've done also this. Okay, so this time we've compiled FFmpeg using Visual Studio, using the script that we've generated earlier. And we also used the Visual Studio Code. We saw all the configuration. Sorry for the bits and bits that didn't work properly, but I wanted to do everything live just to see what can be the possible mistakes. Sorry if I made it too many, but that's the way I work, by trial and error sometimes. So if you like it, I appreciate it a lot. If you're right up to this point, I appreciate it. If you didn't do it yet, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified about the next videos I'm going to release. Follow my social media as well, Instagram and TikTok. Then if you have a comment, please put a comment down below. I'll try to reply as soon as I can. Sorry if there is some delay in some of the comments, but so I'm not here all the time, and I'm trying to reply to you as soon as I can. For the moment, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time for other content regarding multimedia, but also much more. Ciao! Ciao!